This is 5 on your side at 6. Focused on you.
Freezing rain and icy roads shut down the bi-state. From a fire truck spinning out of control to a salt truck sliding down a parking lot, nearly crashing through a St. Louis store. It was dangerous for even the most skilled drivers who found it difficult to keep big rigs on the road.
Thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Mike Bush.
And I'm Kelly Jackson. And Allred has the night off. Good news tonight. Temperatures are rising and nearly all of the advisories are over. We have team coverage tonight. Let's start with Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell and the Weather First forecast. Scott.
And, you know, basically we're looking at this point at temperatures continuing to hold steady or rise here through the overnight hours. And that's a big improvement over what we saw when we started this early Monday morning under a glaze of ice around St. Louis with temperatures in the upper 20s to around 30 degrees. We have moved upwards this afternoon, climbing above freezing and through most of the metro area. Right now, we've seen most of the ice melt. Now, that may not be the case in some of our rural areas, say in Gasconade County, Lincoln, Pike counties, and then across the river towards Macoupin and Montgomery County, where temperatures are still kind of flirting with that freezing mark. And that may be the case, too, in a few spots over the eastern Ozarks. Right now, it is mostly rain on the Weather First Doppler radar, especially around St. Louis. Some of it's moderate at times, too. Still some pockets of some freezing rain, perhaps up to the northeast of St. Louis. But listen, the temperatures of those raindrops looks like they're in the mid-40s when they hit the ground. So it's really kind of hard for that to start freezing like it was earlier this morning. Still technically have that winter weather advisory for Macoupin and Montgomery County. Again, remember those secondary roads may still have slick spots on them. Chance for rain here heading through the overnight and early morning hours at 100%. It is a soggy night for us in St. Louis, but with steady to rising temperatures as the rain continues overnight. We'll get a break during the day tomorrow, and more rain rolls in tomorrow night. Just rain, Kelly.
That's good to hear. And you can get the latest Weather First forecast sent to your phone. Just text the word weather to 314-425-5355.
Even fire trucks aren't safe from the icy roads. This is video from Jefferson County near Imperial. A Rock Community fire truck lost control on icy streets in a subdivision. The truck did a 360, ending up in a driveway. Firefighters were responding to a call for a car into a fire hydrant this morning on Parkside Place. Investigators say both the fire truck and the car that hit the hydrant have minor damage. That truck, by the way, weighs more than 56,000 pounds. The fire chief is praising firefighters for quickly regaining control of it. So how are the roads right now? Let's go live out to Holden Kurwicki. He's been in the storm tracker all day. And Holden, where are you right now?
Well, Mike, I am on I-64 westbound going through Midtown, and I want to give you a look at the roads real quick. It's a much different scene than what we saw this morning. Obviously, a lot of ice out there on the roads this morning, causing a lot of slide-offs. But right now, it's not so much the ice as much it is all of the rain and some of that ice melting, causing a lot of ponding out here on the road. Again, it was a different story this morning. Between midnight and 9 a.m., Missouri State Highway Patrol took 631 calls, 319 of which were for stranded motorists, with another 273 reporting accidents. Unfortunately, MoDOT says 3 people lost their lives in crashes across the state of Missouri, including one involving a tractor-trailer just east of Columbia on I-70. Though many interstates and highways look clear, MoDOT says that road conditions are still hazardous, so I asked drivers from both sides of the bi-state what they're looking out for out on the roads.
Really not much right now. All the roads seem to be fine. It's a little wet, nothing really.
Definitely being cautious at stop signs when people are taking off, being aware that somebody else might not have the best tires. Maybe you're like, well, I just got mine, but this one's like struggling a little bit, so just take off. My car's a little bit lighter, so sometimes if I'm on an incline, taking off at the stop, you can sit there and spin for a second, but otherwise I'd be fine.
Again, things are much better out on the highways than they were this morning, especially here on I-64. But if you are out and about, we want to ask you to be careful during the evening rush, which right now things are fairly light out. We'll hope it stays that way. But even if you live out in the rural areas or have to take any side streets, those are the streets that you really have to worry about that maybe didn't get iced over the past, say, 24 hours. Reporting live in the weather tracker, Holden Kurwicki. 5 on your side.
You guys be safe, too. The Missouri Department of Transportation tracked the issues on the roads in real time. Tonight, Mercedes McKay gives us an inside look at how the MoDOT Operations Center works.
It's an around-the-clock operation.
We have constant meeting going in communication with these folks and the folks in our Emergency Operations Center to make sure we're dispatching trucks in the proper location in order to do that.
And when you're dealing with ice, well, things can get slippery, to say the least.
Ice storms are incredibly difficult. Any untreated surfaces, you're going to have ice on them in the freezing conditions, freezing rain conditions.
Those conditions covered the bi-state Monday morning, with crews having to respond to everything from jackknife semi-trucks to a Metrobus running into parked cars.
We take all the available resources we've got and put them out for storms like this.
Those resources from MoDOT include not only the crews that are inside the trucks treating the roads, but also the crews that are here at MoDOT's headquarters in Town and Country. I'm going to step aside so you can see all these cameras behind me. These are a part of 600 cameras total across the St. Louis area that MoDOT monitors.
Especially if there's an accident and we need to get our trucks in to come in behind something or tell them to get off at this exit and things like that. They're valuable.
But it's not only the plow drivers and the crews in front of the computer monitors that make up this village. It's the engineers and everyone in between who helps make storms like this one a little less treacherous.
We got a lot of experience in our group. We've got a lot of knowledge across the state that we use and rely on.
While the prep work internally goes a long way for smooth and safe roads when icy rain hits, external factors also go a long way, including all of you who hunker down inside.
I'd also like to say thank you to everybody out there that stayed home, because it was a big deal.
Thankfully, the ice will be leaving us soon, but the preparations inside this around-the-clock operation never stops.
We evaluate each storm as it comes in to determine how we're going to operate.
Mercedes McKay, 5 on your side.
And MoDOT crews aren't done yet. They will be out all night clearing the roads to make sure, so you should make sure to give them plenty of room if you see them.
Now to a live look at St. Louis Lambert International. All runways are back open tonight, but the airport was completely shut down for a time this morning. Crews were working all day to de-ice runways, which led to dozens of flights being delayed or canceled. Tonight, some travelers are still working to rearrange their plans. 5 on your side's Diamond Palmer is live at the airport with an update on how things are going. Looks pretty empty right now, Diamond.
Well, Mike, just hours ago, St. Louis Lambert Airport officials tell us that all 3 of those runways were cleared and open for travel. And as you can see behind me, it is not that busy right now, but travelers I spoke to earlier say while they were disappointed about today's events, they were just happy they were able to rebook in a timely fashion. We're making the best of it.
Freezing rain made it nearly impossible for travelers trying to fly out of St. Louis Lambert International Airport Monday morning.
We got here at 5:30 this morning for our 8:30 flight to Punta Cana, and that was canceled.
Shannon White is flying with 18 others for her real estate retreat. She credits travel insurance with making her flight changes easier.
Well, it is what it is. I'd rather be safe than sorry. I'm okay that we're grounded. We're going to hopefully get a flight out tonight at 8:30.
Travelers flying in had just as many problems.
We were out of Dallas and we were supposed to leave at 8 o'clock this morning, and we were delayed every hour for an hour, and then actually told to sit down and it might be 2 days, and then all of a sudden we were boarding 10 minutes later.
The airport says Monday nearly 50% of flights arriving or departing were canceled or delayed.
A lot of the airlines opted last night not to bring aircraft in because not knowing how much ice might be there, so there were a lot of cancellations last night, which meant there weren't some airplanes here for this morning.
Despite the ice, travelers are urging others not to be cold to the airline staff.
Positivity can be hard, especially when you spend a lot of money to travel, but treating people with kindness goes a long way.
Now, airport officials are continuing to urge travelers to check with their airline before coming to the airport in case they need to make changes to their travel plans because of the winter weather. Reporting live here in St. Louis, Diamond Palmer, 5 on your side.
You can also catch our local newscasts and weather anytime on the 5+ streaming app. Just download the free app on your Fire TV, Apple TV, or Roku and search KSDK in your app store.
Coming up, new developments concerning a prime piece of real